Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video we will have a look at some crosman pellets, the Gold Flight. Those are 0.177, 4.5 millimeters, and on the right side we see the grain. Those are relative light pellets, special ones, and we have some more information on the back side there. I just saw those by Walmart, and I got that for test. So back in the day in England was a brand called Prometheus pellets. They did offer basically the same pellet or the same idea of a pellet. So we have in this case a goldish color polymer part with a silverish color, usually zinc, sometimes even a steel part in it. So they did offer that you have more penetration with the pellets, especially back then, and we talk about like 30 years minimum, as that was new, maybe even more than that. They did offer those especially for the weaker air guns or limited power air guns in England as a way to have more energy. Of course, it was not 100% legal, and such pellets were not that available that much. I saw them first time at the EVA, our European shot show, and I got me some test samples. Those pellets back then were relatively expensive. Some they offered it, of course, in different caliber. The 4.5 millimeter, like we have it here, also the 5.5 and the 5 millimeter. Later on, even in bigger diameters as well, but back then we were stuck with those three diameters, and of course the 4.5 was the most common in Europe. So I got test samples back then, and some had zinc heads and some had actual steel heads. I think with steel it's currently, I mean, it's gone. So I don't know if it's still around. So anyway, as I saw those that they sell it just by Walmart in USA, that's amazing nowadays, because in Europe we had the hardest time to get such pellets other than at the EVA. So what that means is those do not use any lead, as you know. A usual Diabolo, a pellet that is made from lead. It's a simple stamped, pressed to shape piece of lead. And here we have a complete opposite, a lead-free projectile with usually a zinc metal head for the weight, and a plastic part that is behind of the head there, attached, solid attached to the head, which makes it then for a complete lead-free bullet. And because it's a bit lighter on the light side usually, that thing also flies faster. So if you have a air gun that is able to shoot pellets, then this gives you usually more velocity. The accuracy can be sometimes a bit of a problem. Those are not, or usually not as accurate as lead pellets, so it depends for what you're gonna use it. At least the penetration gonna be way better, because the bullet itself is lighter and all that, so that gives you more velocity and deeper penetration. So is it worth it? That's always the good question. It depends on the air gun that you use it for, how much more velocity you can reach out of it. how much more penetration. You need to test it out right next to regular pellets. There, of course, with lead pellets, you get different variations as well, with pointy heads and all that fancy stuff. So the price for sure is higher, and yeah, maybe what I did use it mostly for was for self-defense. If you have nothing else than an air gun, for self-defense that would work, or for pest control that would work as well. If you don't shoot that far with it, you know, if you have a rat in the trap and you wanna humanely dispatch it, that's maybe something to try out. And yeah, for how well those here perform, I can't say yet much. So if you have experience with those, put it in the comments. I'm gonna test those this summer. For now we still have a bit iffy weather, and I wanna test that in freedom and quietness outside, and check a bit with the accuracy and penetration compared to the regular lead pellets. So that much about the Crosman Gold Flight from Walmart.